Welcome back to Under Oath. I'm your host, Jeff Kaufman. Sitting next to me, I don't know who this is.
Well, hello, I'm Craig. I'm your partner. Been partners since '97.
I know, but I'm just not used to seeing this. This is
Well,
like
you're not
adult
used to seeing
clothes.
this lately. I mean,
I'm used to seeing the one outfit that you wear for the last 7 years. The cowboy shirt and the ripped jeans.
No,
and
believe it or not, that's not the same outfit.
And the boots.
They're very similar.
They all seem the same.
Well, yeah.
But look, this is what your attorney looks like.
When he's attorney in.
Yeah. Because every time somebody comes to the office, I'm like, oh, Lord, put a jacket on, do something. But I think they come in and they're kind of sometimes pleasantly surprised. And sometimes they're like going, where's Jeff?
Is this the only attorney? Is this, are you going to court like that?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
I do have to say that sometimes. Listen, I have a much better courtroom set of clothes that I wear. Don't think that just because I'm wearing this today that I'm going to look disheveled when it comes time to be in front of a jury.
Let's get to the nonsense. Resistance to building AI data centers. For those who don't know, AI data centers are huge computer systems that eat up a lot of energy, a lot of heat, a lot of resources and water and stuff like that. And it's really gotten out there that, hey, we don't want this in our country. Well, here's a solution.
The data center they don't want, or they don't want AI to take hold?
AI data centers are the ones that eat up all the energy.
So they're not upset that a building is being constructed.
No.
They're just upset that it's going to house a bunch of AI super servers.
Yeah. Now, here's a solution, people. This is the way it works. And, watch us. Say no. Say no. If you're in a state that goes, okay, we don't need the money, say no. Remember the Amazon factory in New York that was supposed to be built? And a certain congressman, and I'm not going to, this is how stupid it is.
You're not going to name the certain congresswoman?
I'm not going to name it because
you're not going to name the certain congresswoman?
No, because
who blew that deal up?
It just seems
millions and probably billions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions in taxes. We're talking income taxes.
Right.
The issue was, well, we could use our tax money for something else. It doesn't work that way. You don't save taxes by not giving tax breaks for a business.
If you give a tax break to somebody that isn't paying taxes to get them to come to your state, you're not losing money.
No. Now, there's a term called opportunity cost, meaning that, somebody else could have.
Sure, if you have limited space
have somebody else,
and I can only take 3 companies a year,
right?
Yeah, well, then you don't have to do that. You don't have to entice people into your state when it's that tight.
I will give you the news on allowing businesses or not allowing businesses. If you think it's so detrimental and the amount of funds that are coming in aren't worth doing, don't do it. That's simple.
Seemed like a lot of decent paying jobs would be generated in the maintenance and upkeep of these data centers.
Taxes.
They got to be run really cool, right? So you got a lot of AC guys, HVAC guys are going to get jobs. Roofers are going to get jobs. Construction people are going to get jobs.
You know what confuses me?
No.
Supposedly it's a lot of heat. These AI centers use a lot of heat. And they have to use a lot of water to cool it down.
Like a nuclear reactor? Like that much heat?
That's what I was thinking. If it's producing that much heat, don't you think some genius, because these are geniuses, would go, hey, why don't we use that heat to power something and kind of do a little...
We could use the heat to heat up that water, and the water will produce steam, and the steam will make this turbine spin, and there you go.
Yes, but we don't think like that.
Hopefully it works that way.
I don't think no, it does work like that.
Okay.
Nuclear power does heat, we have nuclear power. I can't imagine one of these things uses more heat than in a nuclear facility. I mean, we put those in the middle of the ocean. We don't seem to care.
Jeff, you should patent that idea.
It's already taken. Some dude did it like 20 years ago, and he's not doing anything with it. But he'll sue you if you
use the heat from the AI centers.
I would think that'd be a smart thing to do, and you'd go, okay, let's do this, and kind of circle of life kind of thing. Now, for some basic research, it looks like a nuclear facility uses about the same amount of water. Now, what confuses me about this is we do know that heated water turns turbines. Why can't we just devise a facility that does both, that produces energy and uses
I'm going to bet that there's some government regulation that will make it impossible to do that, because that's how dumb we are.
And why can't we use salt water?
There's probably some regulation preventing that too.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. But I think salt water.
Somebody will come screaming and say, "Oh, you're destroying the marine life. Think of the turtles."
You have places that need heat, and we use natural gas and everything else. But what if we can run these heat lines under cities and use the heat to actually heat homes? You know what? We shouldn't become lawyers.
You should be Secretary of the Interior.
I need
Jeff.
to be in a think tank right now. Remember that movie Night Shift where it was going to edible paper? He's got the microphone, he's got the tape recorder at all times on him. Feed tuna fish large quantities of mayonnaise. Just crazy stuff like that. There has to be we're smarter than this. I've always said
really
this.
Not. We're really
okay. Not. Elon, the guy who owns NVIDIA, Bill Gates, everybody. Let's take about 5%. Since California wants it anyway, we're going to take.
You're taxing the rich now?
No. I'm doing something smarter.
I'm calling it something.
No.
I'm doing the same thing, but I'm calling it something
We're going
else.
to create universities, private universities owned by these companies to create patents to save the world. And it'll be paid for anyway in the patents. Think of it this way. Normally these guys go out and get smart guys after they graduate. Let's get them before they graduate.
This sounds like communism.
Stop it. They're getting paid. They're making good money. Capitalism. And you'd want to be associated with these huge, MIT might go, oh, we're brilliant, everything else like that. But they're really not getting the funding that if they were funded by an actual, little funding, they go, here's a grant from here. But let's say the whole school is about saving the world, coming up with these innovative stuff where you have these great projects that are just creating great things. Like this sounds like an easy solution.
So you want to have a sit down with all the richest guys that you just named and said, all right, all you guys are going to chip in X number of dollars. We're going to open up a university. And the sole purpose of this university is to save the planet.
Improve things on the planet, create great technologies that improve the planet. Because I'm sitting here like this going, okay, you have a large amount of heat, which is exactly what we run nuclear facilities, coal plants, everything else like that. And we can't go, well, we got this hot thing. I wonder if we could use this heat to make energy. The steam engine is based on that concept.
I don't think it works that way. I think the problem with the AI server farms is that the heat's in the wrong place. The heat is on the chip.
I don't believe it. I'm not buying that we can't use the heated up, the chips. The chips are like basically a nuclear reactor. It's giving off heat. And we run the water by.
But you need to transfer this heat.
Got it.
And you're transferring it with water.
Into a steam engine.
As soon as you
steam engine.
Put the water.
Steam engine.
It pulls the heat off of the chip.
Steam engine.
Puts it into the air.
We ran trains off it. Steam engine.
Creating steam. I'm getting there.
Right.
So we'll have a steam engine on the second floor of the server farmers.
Right.
Okay.
And it's pulling less energy. And it
use the energy to pull the water from the lake across.
I think by doing things like that, you slowly, and the idea of power, for example, they always say that power, it takes a lot of energy to take saline out of the water, like to desalt water. That's always been a big issue. Well, heat goes to energy. Has anybody not thought of that? Are we the first ones? Could we be the saviors of the universe?
I don't
Jeff
know.
and Craig's Excellent Adventures.
I don't know. Oh, this is your idea. This is your idea. It's not my idea.
How is it not your idea too?
I'm just sitting here.
It's not a common sense
laughing
thing?
along with you. What are you talking about?
It feels common sense.
Well, steam is pretty common sense. Yeah.
Steam.
I don't
steam.
Think
it creates a boatload of steam.
I don't think you're getting a patent on steam, Jeff.
I don't want a patent on steam. I just want it to run something. I don't care if it pays for the electricity in the break room. You got to be able to use it. And especially when you're talking about thermo energy, where it's uses heat that's coming out of the ground, where they use it in all these great countries.
That nobody has thought of this, or at least the thought to try.
I feel they are so caught up in being angry and being profitable that nobody goes, you know what we can do? This place in the middle of nowhere, they've been working off coal. Why don't they just work off the energy of the chips that we're creating?
I'm a little alarmed that much water is used to cool these AI.
What do you think a nuclear facility is?
I didn't realize how much water was used.
Yeah. Nuclear facilities are brutal. And how much fresh water is going into a nuclear facility that's off, like in Florida has
Where are we getting all this water?
oceans. Why not? We have it. I mean, this isn't like water world.
I feel like you're kind of shooting from the hip there, D. Is that where we get the water?
I don't know.
For the nuclear facilities?
No, because some are in Russia. They don't have, they're in the middle of nowhere. Like Chernobyl is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we do it to power things, so why don't we do it to power stuff? Now, I think the real issue is it's because it's AI. I think people are wigging out over AI. When you started
off with reading the topic, I thought it was people not wanting to support AI.
They mentioned AI at the UCF graduation, and the students were booing.
They're booing AI?
Booing. They're so mad.
Oh,
the same people are using ChatGPT to pass college.
Those are all the people
are mad about AI.
Yeah, how many of these guys they're mad about it? They're the ones who aren't getting a job now.
But they used it to graduate college.
Yeah. Well,
these are the guys who my report. But I ran the report through another AI to make it seem more human.
You don't understand. It's the goldfish theory. It's like whatever I need to be true right now is what is going to be true right now. AI is good if I'm trying to use it to pass college, and it's bad if I can't get a job.
Well, I mean, we're already not having kids. The robots are taking over anyway. I mean, Elon's going to have the robots running, and we're going to be just like Wall-E, sitting around getting fanned by a robot. I think AI will do that because I don't think we're not interested in having kids anymore. We're just not. Populations are plummeting. We're kind of like, yeah, we don't need them.
We don't need kids?
Yeah, I don't think so. Mine's are already boring me. Go to Vegas or hang out with my kids. Well, I have an autistic kid, so that's different. But my son's always entertaining. I think we get caught up in what the future is going to look like. Technology is making it possible for us to do a bunch of things easier, but we're complaining because we need a lot less people to do something. People are going to ask about the law. How does it affect the law? How does it affect our profession? I think it can affect our profession in a fantastic way. And I think it also does something else. We've created a bunch of lazy people. Kids don't need to drive anymore. I mean, remember when you wanted to drive?
I couldn't wait to get my driver's license.
They're waiting.
The day I was there on my birthday.
They are waiting. These kids are waiting.
Yeah.
They're 20 years old, can't drive. So let's get back to the AI stuff. There are options. These communities might be right. Some people might be right and say, hey, listen, let's not just set up something where we don't figure out how to get the most benefit and do the least harm. And I think that's probably something that has caused most technology and innovation is when we can't do something that can be very profitable and we figure out a way around it. And I think it's doable.